Every day, we rely on the ability to instantly highlight, copy, paste, and completely delete our digital information. The files on our computers are inherently fluid, designed to be modified in seconds. That flexibility is incredibly convenient for a text document, but it becomes a massive liability when dealing with high-stakes records. Things like the balance of your bank account, your official medical history, or your digital identity require absolute permanence. For decades, we've secured these vital records by locking them away. We put them inside a single, centralized digital vault, like a master server. But this design creates a critical single point of failure. If a hacker breaches that one localized perimeter, they gain access to quietly manipulate or erase the data inside. This leaves us with a difficult engineering problem. How do we construct digital records that are completely permanent and mathematically impossible to tamper with? To achieve that level of certainty, we have to completely abandon the idea of a central master vault. Imagine a digital notebook. When new data is generated, it is written onto a page, and that page becomes a permanent, immovable fixture. In this architecture, each page is called a block. Once a block reaches its data capacity, it is officially locked shut. No edits are allowed. Every new locked block is then mathematically tethered to the exact data contained in the block immediately before it, forming a linear, unbroken chain. If someone secretly alters data inside an old block, the underlying structure of that specific block immediately shifts. Because of that tether, changing the old block causes its connection to the next block to shatter, instantly breaking the sequence. By linking the data this way, a small localized edit triggers a massive systemic failure. Undetected tampering becomes practically impossible. But what prevents a sophisticated attacker from noticing this break and recalculating the entire rest of the chain from scratch to cover their tracks? To prevent this, the architecture relies on a shared network. Imagine 10 friends all keeping identical copies of that exact same digital notebook on 10 independent computers. If one computer successfully alters their personal copy of a specific page to sneak in fake data, the other 9 computers continuously compare their notebooks against each other to check for anomalies. They quickly isolate the node with the differing sequence. The network operates by consensus. Because the altered copy does not match the unedited majority, the system automatically deletes the outlier and overwrites it with the correct sequence. The resulting system is inherently secure, completely transparent to everyone participating, and highly resistant to tampering. Truth is no longer dictated by trusting a central boss. It is mathematically enforced by the collective agreement of the entire network. Zooming out, we can clearly see how this decentralized architecture operates continuously across a massive, synchronized global grid. While this tamper-proof system is most famous for powering cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, the underlying mechanics apply to almost any industry that relies on accurate records. By eliminating the digital edit button, global supply chains can now flawlessly track physical products, from the factory floor all the way to the consumer, with an unalterable history. It secures highly sensitive medical records across hospital systems and establishes digital identities that cannot be forged or duplicated. And it streamlines online payments, allowing direct, secure transactions to process without requiring a central bank to act as the verifying middleman. At its core, a blockchain is simply a secure digital record book. Information is stored in connected blocks, shared across many computers, and nearly impossible to tamper with. We are moving away from trusting vulnerable central authorities to guard our data and relying instead on a decentralized architecture of absolute digital truth.